Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kaylee and today's class is a 30-minute feel-good flow. So this class is going to be really chill, stretchy, mostly on the ground, and just feel-good movement for the entire body. No props needed unless you like a block or a strap or anything else that supports your practice. And I put a Spotify playlist in the description if you would like to play music while you flow. All right, let's get started in a child's pose. And I'm going to offer the more modified version of child's pose today to start. So knees together, sitting on the heels, and then lowering yourself down, reaching the arms by the sides, and then letting the head rest. This is just an option. If you like the wide knee variation better, go ahead and take it. If you do have the knees together, let the top of the head come towards the mat and the chin tuck in towards the chest to lengthen the back of the neck. Start to take deep breaths. And know that if child's pose doesn't work for you, you can always come to a seat. And as you start to arrive in this moment on the four corners of your mat, can you use the breath to allow the mind to soften? Letting go of racing thoughts, to-do lists swirling around the mind. Knowing that you carved out the time to be here on your mat. So can you take full advantage of that right now? On your next inhale, start to sweep the arms forward. Push into the hands and then come all the way up to a seat. Take the right hand down by your side. And on your inhale, let's find a side bend as you lift the hips. So pushing the hips forward, leaning over towards the right. And then come back down to a seat and switch. So left hand plants, right arm sweeps up and release. So it's kind of like a camel, but not quite a back bend. If this hurts your knees, you can just do this seated, side to side. Go a few more times on your own. Maybe close the eyes down, focusing less on the physical and more on what this feels like. Last round. And then once you come back to center, come to a seat. Take the palms to face up on the lap. Close the eyes down if they aren't already. Noticing any sensation in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Blink the eyes open. Come to a tabletop, hands and knees. Spreading the fingers wide. And just start to sway the hips side to side. Starting to open up through the hips, that outer pocket, your glute medius. Knowing that if the wrist feels sensitive today, you can always walk the hands forward to lessen the pressure on the wrists. Beautiful. And then come back through center. Take the right toes to the back of the mat, tucking them under like you're in a plank, and shift forward and back a few times. Warming up the ankle joint, the wrist joints, getting a stretch for the calf. Beautiful. And then make your way back through center. Cross right knee behind left. Take the feet wide and then push the hips back. Another stretch for the glutes. Keeping the fingers reaching forward here. And sending the hips back only as far as feels good in your body. On your next inhale, come back to your tabletop and kick the right leg high as you go. Start to lift the heart and find a back bend here. So use the hands to push into the mat, lifting. And then on your exhale, curl right knee in towards chest. Inhale, kick the right leg up. And exhale, curl it in. Couple more like that. So a cat-cow variation. Starting to warm up the spine. Last one. And then holding this back bend shape, put more weight into the right hand. Left arm reaches down by your side. Maybe you can grab hold of your right ankle or foot. On your next inhale, kick your foot into your hand and then again push into the right hand to start to lift the heart up a little bit higher. And then gently release, kick the right leg out in line with the hip. Tuck the left toes under, left hand is now planted, and then start to push the hips back. Inhale to shift back forward, and exhale to push the hips back. So right leg is straight in line with the hip. I will turn to show you for a second. And you're pushing the hips back into sort of a child's pose shape, with left toes tucked under, meaning it is a stretch for left foot. Feeling it in the right inner thigh as well. It feels so, so good. Next time you shift forward, stay there and now start to bend into the right knee, turning the right toes out just slightly and then straighten. So right foot is still in line with the right hip. Now you're just bending and extending the leg. Beautiful. Come back to center and then slide the right foot all the way up outside of the right hand, finding a lizard shape. Walking right foot forward, maybe sliding left knee back a bit. You can untuck left toes if that feels okay on the knee joint. Hands underneath the shoulders, and then just let the hips drop here. Feeling this stretch through left hip flexor, right inner thigh and hip. Again, if this is too much for the wrists, walk them forward so that there's less weight in the hands. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in here. On your breath out, push the hips back, straightening through the right leg. So we're in a half split straight, but both hands are inside of the right leg. So right foot is out at a diagonal. Left hand will stay where it is. On your next inhale, start to lift the right arm to find a twist. So try to keep the hips pointing forward and then rotate from your shoulders. Sending the hips and tailbone back as you reach the crown of the head forward. Gently release right hand back to the mat. Start to bend into the right knee. Keep the toes pointed out. Tuck the left toes. We'll step to a Melasana. So lift the left knee and hop left foot to the top of the mat for your Melasana Squat. Hands travel to the heart center if you can. Option to keep them down on the ground if that is more supportive for you. push the knees away as you lift the crown of the head to the sky and let the tailbone drop. Stay active here, so gently pushing into the heels to keep the legs engaged. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's take one more inhale. On the exhale, plant the hands, straighten through the legs, and find a wide fold at the top of the mat. Right away, interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale to find a halfway lift, option to grab opposite elbows. On the exhale, reach the fingers forward. Opening through the chest, the fronts of the shoulders. Can you draw the palms to touch? And then release the hands to the mat. On your inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, plant the hands and step back to a downward facing dog. First down dog of practice. Bend into one knee and then the other. Maybe sway the hips side to side. Make your way to stillness eventually. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, start to roll forward to a high plank, one vertebra at a time. On the exhale, floating dog, keeping the toes tucked and the legs super active. So push into the hands, squeeze the legs, activating through the quads, lifting the heart to the sky. And then on an exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Next inhale, come forward, drop the knees, find your tabletop shape, untuck the toes. Let's stretch out the wrists for a moment, turn the fingers to face back, so thumbs point out, and then shift the hips back and shift forward. Feels so good on the forearms. Beautiful. And then come back through center and we will do the other side. Left toes to the back of the mat, tuck them under, shift forward and back, switching through left leg. And then come back through center, slide left knee behind right, and then take the feet wide as you push the hips back. So right knee is over left, fingers reach forward, and breathing into the sides of the glutes. Beautiful. On your inhale, shift forward. Kick the left leg up to the sky, bending into the knee. Find your back bend. Push into the hands. Arc the heart up, stretching through the front side of the body. And then on your exhale, curl knee into chest as you round. Good. Again, inhale, kick it up. And exhale, curl it in, round. Again, follow your breath. Moving slow and controlled. Holding it up this time. Left knee is kicking up to the sky, finding your back bend, and then slide a right arm by your side, catch the foot, and find your tiger pose. Kick the foot into the hand. Distribute the weight equally between the left hand and right knee, and then think about lifting up to the sky. Gently release, right hand plants, and then kick left leg out in line with the hip this time. Take the foot onto the floor, tuck the right toes under, and start to send the hips back towards the right heel, and then shift forward. Stretching through left inner thigh and right foot this time. And then this time just stay and hang out with the hips back. Eventually shifting forward, untucking right toes, and then slide left foot up for your lizard. Right knee can slide back, and then both hands underneath the shoulders. Just drop the hips, opening. Left side, hip, right side, hip flexor. Taking deep breaths, maybe closing the eyes back down, going inward. Reminding yourself to stay present if the mind has wandered. And then when you're ready, start to crawl back, straightening through the left leg, flexing the left toes as you go, finding your half splits shape. Left leg is out at a diagonal, both hands inside of the leg. Reaching the crown of the head forward. And then plant your right hand underneath your shoulder. Inhale, open, left arm to your twist. So again, hips stay square. So think about dropping the left hip down just slightly and rotating from your shoulders. Reaching the crown of the head forward. And then gently release the left hand, crawl yourself back forward, tuck the right toes, step to your Malasana one more time. Heels in, toes out, hands travel to the heart center. Press the hands together as you lift the crown of the head. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper in the second round. And then take left hand down in front of left foot. On your inhale, open the right arm, find a twist. On the exhale, hands back to the heart and switch. Right hand down, inhale, open left arm to a twist. And exhale, hands to heart. From here, we'll make our way to a seat. So coming down however you get there. Coming into cross-legged, if you need to prop yourself up, go ahead and do so. We'll take some neck rolls. So coming to a comfortable seat, hands can rest anywhere down on the thighs. Close the eyes and start to drop the chin down towards the chest. Sitting up really tall here, so think chest broad, shoulders back, and then roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Move back through center and switch. Feels so good on the neck, the traps. And again, making sure the spine is straight here to maximize the stretch in the cervical spine. So if we hunch forward and round our upper back too much, it will take the stretch more into that part of the back. But we want to focus on the neck here. The next time left ear is at your left shoulder, keep it there. Take the left hand to the side of the head, and without pulling down on it, just let the weight of the hand draw the left ear closer to the shoulder. Option to stay here or reach the right arm long, come onto tended fingertips, and really stretch right arm away from the head. Feeling that maximize the stretch in the right shoulder. And then gently release, and we'll just switch sides, both hands back to the thighs, right ear to right shoulder, right hand to the side of the head, and then stretch left arm out, if that is calling to you. And then release both hands back to the thighs. Drop the chin all the way down to the chest. Again, sit up really tall. And release the hands at the back of the head. And use the weight of the hands to stretch the backside of the neck. Maybe rock the head side to side just gently. Wherever you are, continue to breathe. And then release that. Take the hands to the knees. You could blink the eyes open while the chin is down, and then lift back up. Take some rolls here. So right, going down towards the right knee, and then over to the left. Your center. And just rolling out the body. Maybe you close the eyes back down. Tipping the shoulders as you lean forward. Feels so good on the back. And eventually switching the direction of those circles. And then making your way back through center, let's find a twist. Right hand behind you, left hand to right thigh. Sit up tall, take a deep breath in. On the breath out, start to twist and look over your right shoulder. On your inhale, think about lengthening the spine. On the exhale, think about twisting deeper. Inhale to move back through center and switch sides. Inhale to sit up tall, exhale to twist. And then come back through center. Let's finish with some pranayama or breath work. I'm going to offer Nadi Shodhana. I will show you how to do it. So if you're new to it, no worries. So I like to do it seated. I find it works best in my body when my spine is straight and I'm in a seat, but if you really feel like you need to lay down, you could also try that. So starting by taking either hands to the third eye, which I have done in the past, or you can take the first two fingers to the palm and then use your thumb for your right nostril, your index finger for your left nostril if you are a lefty, vice versa. So I'm going to do fingers onto the palm this time, sit up really tall, and we always start breathing in to the left nostril and end on the left nostril. So closing the eyes down, let's just take a clearing breath together. Big breath in and big breath out. Beautiful. Plugging the right nostril. Inhale all the way up into the left. Plugging the left nostril, holding both. And then plugging left, blowing out of the right. Holding both at the bottom. Releasing the right, inhale through the right. Plugging both at the top and holding. Releasing the left, breathing out of the left. Plugging both, holding at the bottom. Good, again, inhale through the left. Plugging both at the top, holding. Releasing the right, exhaling through the right. Holding at the bottom, plugging both. Release the right, inhale. Holding both at the top. And releasing the left, breathing out of the left nostril. Holding both at the bottom. Releasing the left, inhale. Holding both at the top. And releasing the right, exhale. Holding both at the bottom. Release the right, inhale. Holding both at the top. And exhaling through the left. Continue this a few more times on your own without my guidance. If you get lost, just restart. Completing breathing out of the left nostril whenever you are ready. And then take the hands down to the tops of the thighs, palms to face up, keep the eyes closed, and simply be for a moment, noticing how that breath made you feel. It's a great pranayama technique to come back to whenever you're feeling anxious, too much in your head, overwhelmed. It helps to balance the nadis, or the energy channels. We have two major ones that are going down pretty much the midline or two midlines of the body. So one is more of the yin, one is more of the yang. They balance each other out. I'll put some other benefits down below if you are interested. And when you're ready, collect your hands at your heart center, press the palms together. Take a moment to find that feeling of gratitude, as always, for making the time to do something for you today. And take a final clearing breath together. Take your biggest breath in and your biggest sigh out. Blink the eyes open. Great work. I hope you love this class. If a Shavasana is calling to you right now, go ahead and take it. That is a great thing to do after this practice. Maybe you grab a bolster or a big pillow and lay on that and do a mini meditation. And I hope you love this class. Please let me know down below if you did, and subscribe to the channel, give it a like. It really helps support me. I appreciate you so, so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye.